Hello and welcome. I am T.S. Sudhir and I bring to you the story of the most iconic leader of Tamil Nadu politics. Someone who made her mark even on the national arena against all odds. Jayalalithaa was the superstar even before she became the Purachi Talavi or six-time Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. But before she became a superstar in the South Indian film industry, she wanted to be a doctor or follow the family tradition of the legal business, a dream that Jayalalithaa had to give up to support her family.
How Jayalalithaa, aka Komlavali, ended up being the mighty Amma of Tamil politics is a tale the likes of which films are made on. Jaya's journey of gathering her different sobriquets in life began when Komlavali became Jayalalithaa, all because of where her grandparents lived. Growing up in Mysore, she got named Jayalalithaa when the villa names of her grandparents from either side were joined, Jaya Vilas and Lalitha Vilas. Born on February 24, 1948, Komlavali was the younger daughter from her father Jayaram's second marriage. But Komlavali never got to know him as Jayaram died when she was barely 2. Those who knew the family say that Jayaram squandered away the family fortune. Jaya's mother, Veera, had to leave her in the custody of an aunt in Bangalore as she went to Chennai in search of a job. As Jaya grew up, she hardly got to see her mother, who first began acting on stage and then in films. Jayalalitha's mother, Veera, had become Sandhya, her screen name. And over the years, Jayalalithaa would only get to spend her vacations and holidays with a mother who never became a big star. The roles Sandhya got were bit parts and supporting characters, and the family struggled to make ends meet. Jayalalithaa won the Gold State Award for topping the 10th standard exams in Tamil Nadu. She went to Bishop Cotton in Bangalore before shifting to Chennai to study law. Not just studies, the young Jaya's talents went beyond books. She was trained in classical music, Western classical piano, and various forms of Indian classical dance, like Bharatnatyam, Mohiniyattam, Manipuri, and Kathak. The versatile young girl soon became a regular in Y.G. Parthasarathy's plays. Watching her perform on stage, it was the legendary Sivaji Ganesan who advised Jaya to join films and to take up acting as a career. It would take a few more years of struggling with financial insecurities before Jaya finally had to give up on her dream of becoming a professional, a lawyer or a doctor. When Jaya started getting film offers from Tamil producers, it was her mother who insisted that Jaya do her bit to pull the family out of financial difficulties. And out of such mundane needs was a star born, Jayalalithaa.
Tamil legendary actor Sivaji Ganesan's invitation to join the film world in Jayalalitha's Arangetram proved prophetic. Though initially Jayalalithaa did not like the world of the silver screen, once she joined it, she became the ruling queen with her very first release.
It immediately catapulted her to stardom, a love triangle featuring Srikanth, Nirmala, and a teenaged Jayalalithaa. Despite the commercial success of her debut film, Jaya wanted to continue with her studies and pursue her dream of joining the legal profession. But that was not to be. For over 100 days and 18 for more than 25 weeks, Jayalalitha's rumored relationship with MGR that pushed her in a new direction.
Jayalalithaa ventured into politics after reigning over the silver screen in the 60s and the 70s. She became propaganda secretary of the AIDMK in 1982 and later on became a Rajya Sabha MP. She was the first woman leader of the opposition here in Tamil Nadu, and in 1991 when she was sworn in as the Chief Minister, her anointment as the political successor to M.G. Ramachandran
By the late 1970s, Jayalalitha's favourite co-star MGR was already Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, and as his health failed, he needed a charismatic protege to keep his party's connect with the people. His choice, naturally, was Jayalalithaa, and so began a remarkable political journey. Jayalalithaa joined the AIADMK in 1982 and became the propaganda secretary of the party, campaigning for the 1984 Assembly and general elections. MGR had suffered a stroke and did not campaign directly. It was Jaya who spoke to the people on his behalf. In 1984, MGR ensured that Jaya won a Rajya Sabha seat and she was sent to Parliament to represent the party. Because her language skills were formidable and she spoke impeccable English. Jayalalithaa was MP when MGR died in 1987, and the issue of succession came to dominate Tamil politics. Jaya had been forcibly kept out of MGR's funeral by his widow Janaki, and it seemed to be the end of the road for Jayalalitha's political ambitions. But Jayalalithaa never let adversity get the better of her. She managed to split the party. And while Janaki Ramachandran became Chief Minister, Jayalalithaa managed to ensure a climate of extreme uncertainty in the Assembly. Her actions and links with the Congress party ensured that Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi put Tamil Nadu under President's rule. In 1989, after having spent 5 years as a Member of Parliament, Jayalalithaa contested the Assembly elections in Tamil Nadu. Her faction of the AIADMK won 27 seats, and while the DMK formed the government, Jayalalithaa became the first woman leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu. A few months later, both factions of the AIADMK merged under her leadership, and the stage was set for Jaya to become Chief Minister. In 1991, following the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, the Congress AIADMK alliance in Tamil Nadu swept the polls. They won 225 out of the 234 seats in Assembly and all 39 parliamentary seats. On 24th of June 1991, Jayalalithaa took the oath of Chief Minister for the first time.
Jayalalithaa was sworn in as a Chief Minister for the first time in 1991, then in 2001, 2003, 2011, 2015 and finally in May 2016, just 6 months before her untimely demise. Jayalalithaa, for all practical purposes, has been Tamil Nadu politics' comeback queen.
Jayalalithaa Jairam, Purachittalaiva to the AIADMK and the only Amma of Tamil politics. The comeback queen of the state, she was only the second person after MGR to be elected for 2 consecutive terms as Chief Minister. With a political career spread over 3 decades, she donned the mantle of Chief Ministership a total of 5 times. In 1991, Jaya was elected for her first stint as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. She led a strong AIADMK and Congress alliance to victory, banking on the sympathy wave after Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. During her tenure, Jayalalithaa introduced reforms with many women-centric schemes and served the full tenure as Chief Minister till 1996. In the 1996 elections, Jayalalithaa-led AIADMK faced a crushing defeat in the state elections, and the DMK government that replaced her filed corruption charges against her in the dubious Colour TV scam case. In 2001, Jaya's AIADMK bounced back as the majority party in assembly. Jayalalithaa, who did not stand for elections, was sworn in as a non-elected chief minister. But she was soon made to step down by the Supreme Court as she couldn't hold office while being convicted. In 2003, Jaya resumed the position of the Chief Minister of the state after being acquitted of charges by the Madras High Court. She contested the mid-term polls from Andipatti constituency and won the seat with a comfortable margin. The 2011 state assembly elections were won by a 13-party alliance led by AIADMK. Jayalalithaa was sworn in as the unanimous choice for Chief Minister. In 2014, the AIADMK Supremo was sentenced to 4 years in prison in the disproportionate assets case. Jayalalithaa once again had to demit office.
The people have understood very well that the state can progress only if I am there at the helm of affairs. So I would say that there is a very positive, vibrant Tina factor in Tamil Nadu.
On 11th of May 2015, Jayalalithaa was again acquitted of corruption charges against her and returned to office as Chief Minister. She fought the by-election and this time won by a margin of 1.6 lakh votes. In May 2016, when everyone predicted an AIADMK loss, Jaya made another strong comeback by leading her party to victory for a second consecutive term in power. She was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the 5th time, a post she held till her death a mere 5 months after taking office.
Jayalalithaa was a politician like no other, breaking all barriers to create history in an otherwise male-dominated world. Jayalalithaa leaves behind a legacy of a leader who worked for the people, ran a tight ship, but always had a kind word for the people.
From being the heartthrob of millions to becoming Amma, the mother incarnate of Tamil politics, is a feat in itself. But in a male-dominated patriarchal socio-political reality, it was Jayalalithaa who redefined how the game could be played.
At any given point of time, I did what had to be done. When I felt something was going wrong and I had to stand up and be counted. When I felt some injustice was being done and I felt I had to stand up and fight for what I believed was justice. I never stopped to think whether I'm a man or a woman or whether what I'm doing is right. I felt I had to do this, I did it. I did whatever I thought was right.
Jayalalithaa was far from being the stereotypical film heroine of her times. She fought against her own destiny to emerge as a success in public life. Over the years, she assiduously created the Amma aura as an all-pervasive mother metaphor to shield herself from public scrutiny. She allowed rumor and secrecy to define her life, cultivating it deliberately as part of this aura.
We always have to think of the people's aspirations, लोगों को क्या चाहिए, उनकी ज़रूरत क्या है, and अगर हम सच्चाई के साथ काम करें तो हमेशा सफल होंगे.
A mere 15 years an actress, but close to 4 decades of politics, Jayalalithaa remained a superstar almost her entire adult life. And that came about because it was not in her nature to take defeat lying down. Every adversity that life and circumstances threw at her made her come out stronger. On her side, she had intellect, she had the will, and she had charisma. Qualities that made people follow her, often blindly and unstintingly. There are several instances from a turbulent life that give a glimpse of the steel that bulwarked the image of the single woman taking on the odds.
Any political leader in the topmost position always has to be a loner. They always are. Whether man or woman, it makes no difference.
As an actress, she had once stood down a mob in Mysore. A stick-wielding, irate crowd had broken into the studios where she was filming. They had come to beat her up because in a magazine article she had claimed to be a Tamilian and not a Kannadiga. Unruffled and unafraid, she stood in front of them and had repeated a statement in Kannada. "I have not said anything wrong. Why should I apologize?" When MGR died, she was refused entry into his house and prevented from seeing his body. When MGR's body was laid in state, she had mounted a vigil over 2 days, and no manner of insult and physical abuse could dislodge her from her place. At the funeral procession, she was assaulted and thrown out of the gun carriage which carried MGR's body, but her courage, her visible pain, and her fighting spirit won her the support of thousands of AIADMK rank and file, and ultimately propelled her to seize for herself the mantle left vacant by MGR. Once she came to power, Jayalalithaa turned imperious, keeping a subservient rank and file in line with a carrot and stick policy. In the way things worked out, she often brushed aside many vestiges of democratic practice. The idea was to get the job done and not dwell on the method. In a massive image-building exercise, she inserted a benevolent picture of herself into popular consciousness. From Amma water to Amma canteens, hers was the presence that was everywhere. This subliminal programming held sway over her vast support base, never quite letting one forget that in Tamil Nadu, it was Amma who cared for her children. It is an enduring legacy. The benevolent welfare measures, largely aimed at women and children, contributed to her deification in her lifetime.
In our party, there is no succession, procedure, no procedure of succession, and there's no heir apparent waiting in the wings. At some point in the distant future, someone will emerge who is able to command grassroots support in this way, like Mr. MGR did, as I do today, and that person will become the leader of the party.
Jayalalithaa ensured that her legend, more as a ruler than as an actor, will live on after her time. A compassionate mother to the poor, but also an omnipotent force who unleashed her wrath on those who failed to do her bidding. Jayalalithaa will be remembered as the remarkable woman who stamped her personal mythology on the misogynistic history of Tamil politics.
It was indeed an illustrious life, and the legacy that Jayalalithaa has left behind is going to be remembered for decades to come, especially for her tenacious fight against all odds.